I'm Camille.
I'm Anita,
And we're the Sowle Sisters. Today we're going to talk about getting your suit and trying it on when you're, say, 3 months out from your show, and what that fit is supposed to feel like, and then what that fit on show day is going to look like, and all of the kind of different steps along the process. Because we are an online business, are circumstances where we'll send you a blank suit for you to try on to ensure that the coverage and fit is right before we go ahead and put those rhinestones on. But it's important to remember that the fit is going to evolve as the suit kind of works through the stages of rhinestoning. So Anita,
I'll kind of explain, because we're working with such a small piece of fabric and it's completely wrapped in elastic or trim that has pull with elastic, they're going to kind of curl into a little ball because there's way more circumference and length and everything in it. There's that stretch to it. So when we mail you a suit, it's going to be hugging tighter. And when I put a suit through the rhinestone process, there is stretching involved. So if you see here closely that we have some puckering in where the elastic lies. Now the elastic is lying flat and clean, but there's puckering in the fabric where you can stretch that out across your body and get that smooth look. Now as I fill up these suits with rhinestones, they start to stretch out and they elongate the suit itself. So they do kind of give out, or they release a little bit more with time. Now if you wear them and wash them a couple more times, they get a little bit more. But we're working with a cotton elastic that has a natural shrinkage to it. And with the pull in the water, it remains, as elastic wants to give out, the cotton kind of holds it back and maintains it instead of completely just giving out. There's something really cool about natural elastic. It's a little bit thicker, but and all of our suits have either a pull in the trim or an elastic. So it's going to be hugging your body tighter. It's hard to put on when you're X amount of months out and you're feeling how you're feeling and you're fighting for change and working towards change and goals, and you put on this tight suit and it's, I don't know, scary.
It's going to dig in at your hips.
Even
your
the
fat,
bikinis,
your fat is going to, your body fat is going to bulge over above and below here, probably here around your rib cage. If you're 12 weeks out, the suit's not going to fit you like it's going to fit you on show day.
Right.
And most of our competitors get down to that very low body fat, even our bikini competitors, where the suit is supposed to fit very snugly so that it hugs the curves on your body. And it's not a beach bikini. This is a costume meant for presentation, so it's designed to look the best. And it isn't always necessarily the most comfortable, but it's a suit of sequins and rhinestones and connectors. So we have to remember kind of what the suit is intended for. So when you go to try it on for the first time, you're like, gosh, this thing feels tight and uncomfortable.
Right.
And that's because
supposed
it's designed
to fit you in 12 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. It's meant to fit you at a lower body weight when you're smaller. If we designed so it kind of fits you along the way, you'd have 3 suits along the path, you know? And
I'm going to show you how to put a
changing.
suit on when you're in your off season.
Well, and also I think we forget that because they are stretchy and they have that elasticity in it, that you can pull that up. And you have to use the movement in the spandex where you can get more stretch out of it to hug it. And you can really kind of manipulate the way the suit looks because it's so stretchy.
Okay, so there is a very specific way to put on a suit to protect the connectors and to get into it the right way. So I'm going to dip my head out of frame here when I show you how to put on a suit. I'm putting this on over jeans here as well, so it'll really accentuate how different we have to put it on. So first off, we never want to grab the connectors like I was just doing.
Yeah.
These connectors are fragile. They're probably the most fragile part of the bikini or area for things to happen. So we want to protect them. We want to keep it looking nice and together. So what you want to do is you kind of want to grab both sides of the fabric and kind of lift it up, get that one into place, and then we're going to shift to the other side. Again, grabbing both of the fabric on both sides of the connector, and then work to kind of see how there's no pressure on that connector right now, lifting it up there. Then get that suit pulled into your butt crack, hike it up, and again, looking at beach bikini to show bikini, these connectors are going to sit much higher than our swimsuits. So our swimsuits are going to be more level across. That's typically what you'll see in most department stores. But for a competition bikini, we want that suit to be pulled up into our crack like we had talked about in our tape video. And then we want those connectors to come up probably on our hip bones. For a figure suit, we're going to want to go even higher than that. And that's again to make the legs look longer and to flatter your poses better. So there is a method to the madness when it comes to putting on our show bikinis. And so that's what I would recommend, grabbing at the edges. Is there anything else that people should be aware of?
No, I think
putting
that's
on?
perfect with the connectors. The figure suits are a little bit easier to put on because most of them have the full stretch to them. But at the same time, why don't you put this one on?
Yep.
At the same time, when you're putting these on, you can still manipulate how it looks on your body front to back. So if your crotch depth,
So first of all, yeah,
yeah.
this is how most people will put on a figure suit right away because you're gonna want to. You're just gonna want to put it like a bikini.
I don't know if we're used to wearing low cut jeans or low cut bikinis and stuff like that, but this is not right. They're cut with this extra length in here to elongate the up and down, the leg, the hip, all of that.
And so my hip bones are running right through this area, and so I would put my figure suit on above my hip bones on my physique specifically. And so if we're looking to change, like she was saying, manipulate that depth to create a different look both in the front and the back, let's show a high front coverage, low back coverage. Yeah. So I scooted it down on my butt and pulled it up higher on my front side. How low is it right here?
Yeah, pretty low.
Post crack.
So you can still, once you bring it up, you're good again. There, now you're fine.
And I still have my front here.
Yeah.
So say I wanted more higher in the back, then I would kind of rotate this forward as I hike it
up in the
farther up in the back.
Yep, and both would work. Our bodies, even though as we're dieting down, we're starting to look a little bit more similar and we're comparing ourselves to one another, they're very different. So as you put on this suit, be very gentle with it, but there's a lot of way to manipulate it and stretch it over your body. And it's gonna feel tight and it's gonna feel like it's pushing into your skin because it is.
Absolutely.
It just is because they're awkward and they have to hug very tight as you lean out for show day. Your body fat goes away, your skin gets tighter, and these just kind of hug like a rubber band on your body. The men are even tighter skinned, and those are even pulled more. They're like little balls. You can do less pulling. I know other suit makers that do less pulling, but then they pucker off the body more, and they don't save themselves in the end. Let's say someone lost a bunch of weight and their suit really is kind of too big for them. If you didn't do proper elastic pull, it's just going to be a saggy, baggy, terrible thing. If you still have a good amount of pull, you've got more people on your team helping you out, holding it up and holding it where it needs to be. It just hugs the body a lot better. It just makes the suit mold better to the body.
And same with the elastic that we use in our straps on our tops.
Ooh, yeah.
The way we experienced this at our competition a few weeks ago, we had transformed a suit the way that your gals look by using the elastic in your favor. So what that looks like is we have the elastic that goes all the way around the band, and between this elastic here and the ties up on top, you can really create a really custom look and fit for where you want your ladies on show day. So usually I start directing people on kind of how to get your suit in the right place. And I know we've gone over this in other videos, but I'm just going to give you the brief rundown now. We want to get that center front, the suit channel all the way butted up to that center front connector. And so I like to hold that once I have it in the center and then just pull that extra elastic out in the back. So once it's nice and close, then I just pull it back, which